Okay, here we go. So we're going to be playtesting my partner's game, and I'll start by reading the rules. Heroes. Enter a dungeon where the princess has been kidnapped. Your goal is to explore the dungeon until you find the boss room. Build up your party, unlock special equipment and spells, and gain supplies to get ready for the epic battle to beat the boss and save the princess. Disclaimer. Hello, player. I'm still implementing the boss card. I'm also working on getting more cards in general. Component count doesn't reflect the true count yet. It's got a list of components. It says 6 maps segments. These are the map segments. 9 6-sided dice. Battle board. A map generator board. A colored tokens as needed. Okay. The cubes. Decks. He's got 32 cards in the enemy deck, so that is going to be these cards right here. I'm pretty sure that's actually, well, these 3 are actually the character cards. These are spells, it looks like. Chest cards, and it's also got the enemy cards right here, okay, which is marked with a circle, and then it's also got quest cards, which is marked with a question mark. Then he's got card identifiers, but he has not implemented those quite. Oh yeah, he has. So he's implemented that. The layout. To lay out the board game, we recommend having one battle board, the battle board in the center, the map segments spread out on top, the map generator board on the right, and the enemy deck and chest on the left. So we'll have the enemy deck over here on the left, along with the chest deck and the, I'll have that on the left, enemy deck, chest deck, battle board, party, speed, map manager. Getting started in the party members deck, which is these cards. This is your initial hero. You select a hero. I went with the thief last time. I played this game with him actually as a playtest once, so I'm gonna go with the necromancer. No, I'm not actually. I want to win, so I'm gonna go with the thief because I think the thief is the most powerful. Use your colored tokens to keep track of the numbers. Oh, okay, wait. Getting started. In the party members deck, select one hero and place it in your battle board in your party section. This is your initial hero. And then setting up the battle board. One thing is a little hard to read the green text, like setting up the battle board. And so maybe I'd make that a little darker. Use your colored tokens to keep track of the numbers. At the beginning of the game, you start off with full mana. Okay, so I can use a colored token to keep track of this. I will use the green tokens. Start off with full mana, full HP. Oh, 1 mana potion, but full mana. Full on your HP party member. This is the HP on the party member. And then that's everything. Setting up the map manager. The map manager is used to know what map segment you are currently in, as well as where enemies are on that map segment. To start, generate a map seed, which is a unique set of numbers from 1 to 5. The order doesn't matter as long as there are no repeating numbers. Use a 6-sided dice to keep track of these numbers. It shows examples of invalid seeds. Below your map seed is a tracker. This will be used to keep track of what map segment you're currently in, as well as the next map segment to navigate. To use a token and place it on the leftmost slot of the tracker. Okay, so he's got examples showing the map pieces connecting, which I think he must be changing this in the game because I only ever am in one map segment at a time. So he's got the seed. This tells you what the first section of the seed tells you what map segment you're in. The movement tracker moves depending on how far the little arrow here indicates, and the movement tracker tells you what room you are in next for your seed. Map segments. Map segments have one entrance and one or more exits. Entrances are notated by an extruding edge, so this is an entrance and these are exits. If your tracker shifts past the 5th position in your seed, you return it back to the start. If your tracker shifts past the 5th position of your seed, you return it back to the start. You may not traverse back once you've entered or exited a room. The map manager also has a selection for generating enemies on the map. Enemies should be placed on the map with a red token. Each time you enter a new map segment, you must generate enemies on the map. To start, roll 3 6-sided dice and place them from lowest to highest in the provided spaces. Right there, and then the map will determine the map's difficulty. The map segment will determine the map's difficulty. Example A and B are 2 different types of difficulties, and they change how many enemies spawn. Enemies always start at the entrance of the map segment and always prefer to turn left. Using your distance amount determined by the map manager, count from the entrance that many units and place 1 enemy from that enemy. Count your distance amount again to place the second enemy. Repeat as many times as number of enemies on the map segment matches the map manager. Moving around the dungeon. Every time you enter a new map segment, you roll a d4 to determine how many units you move. Use your character token to keep track of where you are. At the end of your turn, all enemies will on the map move 1 unit. As mentioned before, enemies always prefer to turn left. This will create a cycle through the map segment, allowing enemies to visit every single square if given the moves. If you land on a square with enemies on it, you enter a counter, draw the enemy deck based on the amount of enemy tokens on the square. Place cards on the enemy section of the battle board. So you draw an enemy if you encounter one. Draw an enemy. Quests. If you land on a square with a question mark symbol, you are able to draw from the quest deck. The card shows what you get by completing the quest and shows you how to complete that quest. These benefits include party members, potions, and objectives. 1 quest can be activated at a time. You may decline, accept, or cancel quests, which the quest gets discarded. Completing quests are primarily removed. Completed quests are permanently removed from the game. If there are no more quests, reshuffle the discard pile if it exists. Okay. If you land on a square with the star symbol, you are able to draw from the chest deck and read the contents of the card and draw and adjust your stats accordingly. Discard the card if your chest deck is empty. Shuffle the discards to create a new deck. You may not visit the same star square for rewards until you exit the room and rediscover the room again. Potions may be used out of combat as many times as you want. Each potion restores 2 points. So I could use it any time that I'm not currently fighting. If you land on a square with the key symbol, you have obtained the boss key. Place a token on your battle board slots to indicate that you have grabbed it. Okay. The key, I think, is what you get for beating one of the quests, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, okay, so there is only 1 quest that gives you a boss key, so it's random which one you get as well, I think. The boss room is indicated with a lock symbol. You need to find the boss key to open this room. Okay, yeah, okay. So combat is turn-based. Whoever initiated the encounter gets to attack first. Enemies will always attack the leftmost party member. Leftmost on my party tracker thing right there. Party members can be rearranged when out of combat. Each party member is allowed 1 action before the turn is over. Actions include basic attacking, using spells, or potions. So you can use a potion as an action or out of combat. Once all enemies are defeated, you proceed and all party members get 1 action. On your first encounter, draw from the spell deck depending on the amount of party members in your party. So you draw 1 at the start of the game. At the end of the encounter, discard all spells in the hand. Okay. Becoming a hero. To beat the game, you must obtain the boss key, enter the boss room, and defeat the boss. Disclaimer. Since this game isn't finished, to beat the game, obtain the boss key in a quest, and enter the boss room. Good luck. Okay. So all I have to do is get into the boss room. So I don't think you mentioned this in the setup, but I know that you are supposed to start with all of the decks shuffled. So that's the chest deck. You know that there's different levels of difficulties for all of the enemies as well. So some are harder, some are easier. There's that. And these are his spells, and you start out with all of the spells from my understanding. And I'll put that right there. So I've got spells, chests, and enemy cards right here. These are party member cards. I will shuffle them. Only two, so shouldn't. I don't know. I did not need to start with those shuffled either. Oh, and then the quest cards should be well shuffled because this determines which quest I get, and that's important because that determines when I can get the boss. Okay, I'll put the quests over there. We'll start with the seed for the map because that's what the instructions said to do. We also need a D4. Okay. And also I know we're going to need some tokens for the enemies. So I'll get some of these out. Okay. Start by rolling 5d6. Okay. And they need to be random. And it doesn't matter which way I place them, I don't think. Okay, it looks like I got 2 1s. Oh, and it also can't be a 6. So I'm going to reroll the 6. Get a 3. I can't get a 3. Can't get a 1. Can't get a 1. Need a 5. And I have a 1 that I need to reroll. Can't get a 2. I can only get 4 anyway, so I'm just going to put a 4 on there. So I've got 2, 4, 3, 1, 5 is the way it worked out. And then I've got this tracker. I'm going to need another 3d6 for the enemy spawns. Looks like I start out in room 2, which means I need to find the room with the 2 on it. Is that right? How do I tell which room I need to enter again? Oh, it's got that little dice marker in the back. Okay, I see. That's 4, that's 3. This is 2. That's 1. There we go, there's 2. Okay, so the entrance is marked by the extruding part, and I will place this guy, will be my character. And I'll start with the enemy spawns. Okay. This is a difficulty A room, which means I put this one in my highest spot, middle spot, and lowest spot, which means I have 1 enemy spawn 5 away from me. So he turns left, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, can't turn left, 5. So that's where he spawns. I'm going to roll for movement. I got a 1, so I'll go up 1, and he'll come to the left 1. I'll roll again. I got a 1, so I'll go left 1. He will also go left 1. We'll go again. Got a 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll go 1. I'm actually going to just burn turns here, so I'm going to go back. He's going to go forward. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just so that he can leave, because it seems like if he's just going to turn left, then it's probably ideal if I just let him turn left so I can come and get this treasure. So I'll keep rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. I'll turn left, and I get 2, so I can go there, which means I get a treasure card. Okay. I got 1 HP potion, which means plus 1 HP potion and 1 times a mana potion. So it says plus 1 HP potion and 1x mana potion. I'm assuming that means I get 1 of each. So HP potion. I'm up to 2 on each of those now, and I'm gonna continue moving. So he's gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. He's gonna bounce back and go there. 1, 2. There's a lot of dice rolling. And then I actually am going to encounter him just for the fun of it. But an enemy will spawn now. And it's a spider, and it does 1 attack to me and has 5 hit points. I can only do 2 hit points this action. Oh, except for I draw a spell because it's the start of my turn. This costs 10 mana, and it is bring a dead party member back to life. Can't do that, so it's just going to go directly into my discard, but I'm going to do 2 damage. 1, he's going to attack me once, does 1 damage, it's my turn, I do 1, 2, he attacks me once again, and I will kill him this action phase. So he dies. He'll go in an enemy discard pile over there somewhere, off to the side. I'm going to use a mana or an HP potion, heal back up 1, 2. So now I back up to max HP. I'll continue moving out. That was a 4, so I can move out. This says move the seed tracker 1 to the right, so I'm going to go 1 to the right, and that puts me in room 4. I haven't seen a quest yet, and that's what I'm looking for, because that is how I beat the game. So there is a quest on this board. I'll start by rolling. I'll put my little guy right there. Start by rolling the monster seeds. Uh-oh. I don't know what was what. Okay, I think that's okay. So I got 4 is the highest, and this is a difficulty B room, meaning that the middle one is the number of enemies spawned, and the highest one is how far away they are. So it looks like I'm going to get 3 monster spawns 4 away. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, place 1. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, place 1. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 lands directly on me, and from what I understand, that just means that they start the encounter. Oops, that's the character card. So it looks like a goblin spawns, and he will attack me instantly, dealing 2 points of damage. 1, 2. It is now my action phase. And I only have 2 hit points. Oh, I can draw a spell as well. So, take HP away from your party members. For each HP taken away, do that much damage to an enemy. So I'm in a little bit of a tricky spot here then, because I can only do 2 points of damage that would put him at 1, and then he would kill me. And I'm kind of in an infinite loop here in reality, because let's say I use an HP potion and go down to 0 HP potions. I would increase 2 HP, and he would then attack me twice, in which case I am forced to attack him. So I'm not going to use an HP potion. I'm pretty much just dead instantly from him, if that's how it works. Even though I know this isn't technically allowed, I'm going to, so I can use the spell, and I know there's some changes in the making involving the spells anyway. I'm going to pretend that I can use this spell to put me down to 1 HP as an action, and that will bring him down to 1 HP. And even though technically he would attack me, I'm going to give myself a spell and an attack just so that I can continue the gameplay. I will drop my mana, and I will pretend that I killed him. Even though technically I'm dead, I'm just going to continue just for the playtesting aspect. So he dies. I technically have no HP, but I'm gonna, like I said, pretend. Okay. I will use a potion now that I'm out of combat to heal up 2. Man, it might have been nice to go with the knight early on, because he actually is tanky enough to deal with an encounter like that, where they attack first. I need to get to this quest up here, so I'm just gonna roll 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're gonna go. I roll again. 3. 1, 2, 3. They're gonna go again. 4. 1, 2. Okay, and they won't move. That means I draw a quest. Where are the quests? Oh yeah, they're over here. So I get a quest. Oh nice, and this is the boss key quest. I have to kill 5 enemies in order to receive this thing. So I will put a little tracker there, so I know how many enemies I've killed. I've killed none so far from the moment that I got this quest. I'm just gonna go kill those 2 guys really fast. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll move once. I guess I'll move here. 3. 1, 2, 3. They'll move once. And that's unfortunate because I wanted to get to this treasure before I started this encounter because I could theoretically die. But because I have the drop on them, I'm gonna move first, and I will attack them first. So maybe I'll win. We'll see. Okay, so I got a summoner and a skeleton. The summoner says, when drawn, draw another enemy from the deck by a half HP. So I'll draw another enemy from the deck by a half HP, and it's rounded down, I believe, based on my last playtest. However, I don't know if that was in the rules or not. And luckily, since these are all like weak-ish enemies, I'm gonna do some serious damage to them because I'm the thief, and the thief's power is that he can use another action if they kill an enemy. So I actually won't be cheating this time, and I can use my standard two attacks to kill this guy because he's only at 1 HP anyway, which gets rid of him, which means I get another 2 attacks, so I can do 1, 2 and kill him, which means I get another bonus action and I can kill him. So the summoner, the skeleton, and the spider were all handled with very swiftly, and I was able to kill them, and that will move the enemies killed quest down 2, so I only have to kill 3 more enemies to get the boss key and win the game, theoretically. But I also have to get to the boss room, and it looks like the boss room is in the 5th section, so I have to go 3 to the right on the tracker in order to get to the boss room. I'm gonna go get this treasure first. 1, 2, 3. And I guess because there's no enemies now, I can move freely about the dungeon, so I'm just gonna do that. So I'm gonna go get this treasure. There's a 1 HP potion and a 1 mana potion. I will, where did I discard chests? Oh, right here. Okay, so I get an HP potion, which I'm going to use instantly and heal back up to full HP. I'm also going to use 1, 2, 3 mana potions to heal up 6 mana. So now I'm at 9 mana. And I'm going to move magically and appear over there, which means the tracker moves 2 to the right, 1, 2. I move to room 1, map segment number 1. Map segment number 1 says, where is map segment 1? Blind? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So here's map segment 1. I will start right there in the room, and perfect, there's a move 1. I need to spawn enemies first, and I need to get the boss key, so hopefully I get enough enemies. It looks like I got a 5, 3, 1. This is sadly a difficulty 1, or a difficulty A, meaning that I get 1 enemy that spawns 5 away. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and spawn right there. But that's not too bad because now, hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can get to the treasure before I have to fight him. He'll bounce back. I'll move 3. I'll move 1. He'll move 1. I'll move 1. He'll move 1. But I get the treasure. So let's see what I get. 1 mana potion, restore 4 mana, and restore 4 mana. So I'll heal back up to full mana and get a potion. So that's neat. And now I will go back and attack the guy. So I'm going to go 1, he's going to go 1. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and land on him. And since I landed on him, I get to start the encounter with my attack instead of his attack. It looks like we get another skeleton, which I can handle very easily with my base standard attack. So I'm going to kill him. And that will move the kill 5 enemies tracker down 1. I only have to kill 2 more enemies, and since everybody's dead, I'm going to move freely about the dungeon and go right there into the next segment, which is segment 5, which luckily is the boss segment. Well, it's not the boss segment, it's the segment to get to the boss segment, but I guess that's not in the game yet. So I need to hopefully get at least 2 enemies that spawn right now. It's a difficulty A room, so the odds aren't too good. Dang it, okay. So it looks like the highest was a 4, middle was a 3, lowest was a 1, which means only 1 enemy is going to spawn 5 away, or 4 away. 4. I'm just going to do this, go 2, 1, 2, he goes 1, I go 1, he goes 1, I go 1, 2, he goes 1, I go 1, 2. Okay, so I land on him via my amazing movement strategies, and I will spawn the enemy that comes from him, which it looks like a spider, which gets 3 HP. And since I can't deal with that, simply I am going to draw a spell just to see what I get. Does not cost an action. For this turn, all basic attacks. All basic attacks return 1 HP. Okay. And it costs 4 mana. Too bad I cannot use that right now, because I'm already at full HP. But I am going to just do 2 damage to him, but he'll still hit me for 1, but then I'll kill him. But I got 1 damage taken, but that's okay. So I only have to kill 1 more enemy. I don't really want to go back through the dungeon, so I am going to say I guess I can. I guess it won't take too long. I'm just gonna go there. 1, 2. I'm in room 4, which is this room again. Difficulty B. I just need 1 monster to spawn. Highest, lowest, middle. 2 enemies spawn. 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm right here. I'm just gonna go roll a d4. Get 4. 1, 2. Land on this guy. He spawns. It's a giant. Okay, could be difficult. He has a lot of HP, so he's kind of beefy. But we'll see what spell I get. Deal 1 damage to all enemies on the board, and it's 3 mana. Just choose that. I'm gonna do 2 damage to him. He's gonna do a damage to me. I'm gonna do 2 damage to him. He's gonna do a damage to me, and I'm gonna kill him with 1 HP left. So luckily I'm alive. Technically, not really, but sort of. And then I'm going to, so he moves 1. I still have 2 movement left, so I'm just gonna resolve that. I'm just gonna fly over here. Boom, get something in the treasure chest. Hopefully it's an HP potion or 2. 1 HP potion, restore 1 HP to all party members. Awesome, so I get an HP potion and an HP restored. I'll use the HP potion, put me back up to 4. And then he's gonna move 1. I'm gonna move 1. He's gonna move 1. I'm gonna move 1. He's gonna move 1. I'm gonna move 1. I'm gonna move 1. He's gonna move 1. And then I can only move more, so I'm actually just gonna go and land on the 2. So I'll go 1, 2, which means I get to the number 1 room again, which luckily has a 1 to the right one, except for I might have to fight an enemy to get through it. So we'll see if an enemy spawns in this room. I'm sure one will, because it's difficulty. Okay, so it looks like I get 3 enemies that spawn, actually 5 away each. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got those 3 enemies that spawn, and I'm right here. Luckily he'll turn to the left, so I'm just gonna burn a turn really fast, and say, I'll go 1, 2, 3, and he'll go 1. And then he'll go 1, and then he'll go 1. And then I will land on this next guy. 1, 2, 3, 4 is how much movement I got, so I can resolve another movement after this. So an enemy will spawn. I have to reshuffle the enemy deck very quick. Okay. Looks like we get the giant again. What luck. So he's gonna do, we will shuffle our mana, or our cards again, or spell cards. It looks like we're gonna get the Dark Heart. So it doesn't cost an action for this turn. All basic attacks return 1 HP. That's unfortunate that I got that one again, but I'm gonna do 2 damage to him because I landed on him. 1, 2, he'll do damage to me. I'll do 2 damage to him. 1, 2, he'll do damage to me. Do damage to him. He's dead. I have 2 HP. That's okay. I just have to get to the boss room. So I'll go 1, 2. They'll go 1, 2, 1, 2 technically, but go 1 to the right. So I landed in the boss room again, which is segment 5. The boss. The segment to get to the boss, I guess, technically. And I'm in right there. So then I'm going to spawn enemies. 6, 4, 6. So 4 enemies. enemies spawn 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of a lot of enemies. I don't really like to deal with that, but I guess it's okay. Because they're, oh well, he's gonna turn left, so I should hope for like, I should hope for a 4. Oh, and I got a 4, so perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, so I land on an enemy. We'll see what it is. It's a goblin. He does 2 attack. And, but I gotta attack him first. So I'll do 2 damage to him, 1, 2. He'll do 2 damage to me. I'm dead again. Dang nabbit. Okay, well, the boss room would have been right there. And, oh, I did kill enough enemies to get to the boss key. So I did get the boss key. I did end up dying in the end there, though. I mean, that's... Maybe if I had taken my time a little bit more and, like, collected some more treasure to actually get HP potions, because I kind of just, like speed ran the dungeon, then I would have been able to win. But, oh well. Is there anything else I need to cover in this video? I don't think so. I'll have my notes posted as well, and yeah, all in all, pretty good. I guess the game's not quite finished yet because he doesn't have the boss card. I would like to be able to use the spells more. Yeah. Maybe there's like a way I can move throughout the dungeon. More dynamically, I guess. But I do like the enemies. Oh, pretty good.